Post-Structuralism and Refugees by Sean Guberman. What is post-structuralism? Post-structuralism is a viewpoint in international relations that encourages looking at the world in a way that challenges what is considered true. Post-structurists don't believe it is possible to attain universal law, as they don't think it is possible for a world to exist that is independent of our own interpretations. Some facts about the refugee crisis that is happening around the world. There are an unprecedented 70.8 million people who have been forced from their homes, of which 25.9 million are considered refugees. Roughly half of these refugees are under the age of 18. In 2018, 13.6 million people were displaced due to conflict or persecution. 37,000 people are displaced every day. 1/3 of refugees are being held in developing nations. 67% of refugees come from just 5 countries: Syria, Afghanistan, South Sudan, Myanmar, and Somalia. How does post-structuralism relate to refugees? Post-structuralists tend to see the words such as illegal or alien as being a negative way of describing refugees. Post-structuralism in relation to refugees focuses a lot on how refugees are described when the topic is being discussed. Post-structuralists tend to look at different international conventions such as the 1967 New York Protocol when they discuss the topic of refugees and how they are described. Post-structuralists tend to question whether the conventions related to refugees benefit refugees or their host countries or actually make the situation worse. Some of the post-structuralist criticisms of refugees conventions. There are several criticisms that post-structuralists have of how refugees are described. The first criticism is that post-structuralists make is that fear of poverty, which they believe affects a lot of people, isn't considered a potential refugee definition by the official definition. Another criticism that post-structuralists make is that in order to be considered a refugee, you must be outside your home country. Post-structuralists criticize this because many displaced people are unable to flee their country, and while they can receive help, they aren't considered refugees. And here are my sources that I used.